guys, welcome back. It's Melissa here. I am a little under the weather, as you can tell by my voice, but I have got the Carli Bybel palette from ABH. This is probably the last palette you and I thought I was going to pick up, but I did end up picking it up with bonus points and 20% off coupon from Ulta, so it was a free for me. Here's what the inside looks like. I'm sure you guys have already seen it, but it's a very pretty. I am going to go through swatches and my thoughts on the swatches. I do feel like when someone that typically uses color goes through neutral swatches, they have a little bit different of an opinion on them. I did choose this. I was choosing between the Norvina palettes, the Jackie Aina palette, and this is the one that I decided to pick up, and I've been using it quite a bit lately. I typically end up going for these three colors here, which is pretty standard for me, but I should have something up on my Instagram account already with those shades used in it, and I've been using some of the other shades as well. But yeah, I've really been enjoying playing with this palette. I've been reaching for it a lot, so we are going to do a look today. I will give you a heads up. I filmed this look, except I didn't hit record. So this, I'm going to go through what shades I used in this look, but then I am going to do another kind of cool tone, smoky look, maybe using just a little bit different of colors as well, and then you'll have two different looks to see. So let's go ahead and hop into swatches and then a look. So for the swatches, I don't know if you guys have noticed on my Instagram and on here, but with my palettes, I've been enjoying swatching them by shades instead of by row. I feel like we can get a better idea of the color story going on in the palettes, because I feel like there's just been, I don't know if it's always been or if I'm noticing it more now, palettes are really mixed up and it's just really hard to see what those color stories are. So I'm going to start by swatching what I would call the neutral shades in here, which are a lot of them. So we'll just go ahead and start with Bare, which is just really this really bare shade. You can't really see it very well. It would be, I mean, it'd be good for like an inner corner. It'd be really pretty for those looks that I do, where I do like the gradient across the eye, the monochromatic gradient. That would be pretty in the inner corner. And it would be a good brow bone highlight as well if you do that kind of thing. Sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. It just depends on the look that I'm doing. Bali's a really interesting shade because it is more, it looks like it's going to be a shimmer shade, but it's not like ABH's shimmer shade. It's almost more of a satin kind of shade. And then the next one is Chai, which is a really warm tone, lighter tan shade. Moo next. So this is a shimmery, almost foiled gold shade. And then the last really neutral shade that I would say is in here is Bowie. And it's this really unique brown shade. I really don't think I have a brown shade like this, and that's another reason I wanted to do these swatches. I know a lot of other people have done them, but I think you can get a different kind of perspective from someone who typically goes toward color when they're swatching their shadows, because I own a ton of shadows. I typically try not to purchase more neutral shadows because I feel like they're repeated over and over again in a lot of palettes. This palette, the reason I was so drawn to it is because I feel like the neutrals are unique neutral shades. Like, I really feel like these two matte shades are very unique in the neutral world. This one almost has, I want to say she said it had a green undertone. I don't know if I see a green undertone, but it's just got a very different undertone than most deeper browns that you see. And then I'm going to go in with Libra. So this is like a taupe shimmer shade. It's another very pretty and very unique shade in my opinion. The last ones of the kind of neutrals I would say is My Angels, which is this true like gold shade. The little bit of a deeper shift to it. So those, I mean, those are probably what I would say would be the more neutral shades. So now I'm going to go into, I would say the rest of the palette has this pinky purple tone to it. So we're going to go ahead and start with Cindy is the one that has like the least in common with the other shades, but this is a really pretty coral shade. And then we've got Bybel, which is probably my favorite shade in the entire palette. It is this really pretty, I will call it a taupe with a purple undertone to it. If you're more of a neutral person, you might call it a purple with a brown undertone to it. But it is so pretty and so unique. And then the next shade I'm going to go in with is Mandela. So that one is almost, to me, this ABH palette has this different formula in it. This one and this one. They're a little less foil shimmery than a lot of their other ones. So I just built that up 3 times. I imagine that when I use it with some fixing spray, I'm not going to have to build it up as much to see the shade. We've got these 2 like bluish purple shades, which are very similar. They both have a silver undertone to them. One just seems a little bit more blue and a little bit more glittery. So this one right here is Jode or Jody, and this one is OA. So you can see those are so similar. This one just has more sparkle and a little bit more deep blue to it than Jody. I'm not really sure what it's called. I did watch her video, but I can't remember what she calls these shades now. And the last 2 are, I think that this one is Stev. So that's that matte red shade in there, almost like a little bit of a cranberry to it. And Aura, which is this like coppery rose gold shimmer shade. So this is all of the shades in the Carli Bybel ABH palette. And you can see here now, I feel like this gives a little bit better representation of the color scheme that you're getting in the palette than when you look at the palette because of how they're placed. But it is a pretty neutral palette with some colors to it, but very unique neutrals in my opinion. So let me zoom you guys in and we are going to get started on the look. Okay, so I am recording this time. Okay, so for this look, I don't really remember when I'm recording this what I did for the other look because I feel like I filmed that like 2 or 3 weeks. It might have been even 3 or 4 weeks ago. So I don't remember what I did, but I am just going to do a look with this palette and we'll see how it goes from there. I can't remember if I already showed you guys what the first look looked like or if you'll see it after I do this look. I did do a look that I didn't record, but I at some point talk about it in this video. So for this look, I'm going to start with this shade right here. It is Bybel. This is probably one of my favorite shades in the entire palette. So beautiful. And I know I did a smoky-ish look the last look. Today I do want to use this red color, Stev. I feel like it's a little bit more of a cool tone red. It's got a little bit of purple in there, so I definitely want to use that today. But to start out, I have got a Morphe 330 brush, and I'm just going to blend this color into the crease and then move it up into that transition area. I've used this palette quite a few times already, and it is definitely that ABH formula that we all love. Very blendable, very pigmented, easy to work with. Shades blend well together. Okay, now for the outer V, I'm going to go in with this brush. I haven't used this brush a lot. It's a pointed crease E48 from Sigma. And I'm going to start with this red shade, Stev, and just see what happens here. So I'm just putting that like right in the crease area. The only thing about this brush is that the bristles are so long, it makes it a little hard to blend the color out. But for placing it in the crease, it does work pretty well. So I would just go in with another brush to blend that out. And I'm really just defining that arch in the crease all the way across the lid. I'm going to go back in with my Morphe 330 and just blend where Bybel and Stev meet. Now I'm going to go in with a E42. It's a precision firm blender brush from Sigma. And I'm going to take Bowie, which is this brown shade right here. And I'm going to deepen up the outer V a little bit. And with this brush, I just kind of place it to shape that outer V and then blend it into the lid. For the lid, I think I'm going to take OA across the entire lid. I haven't used this shade yet. This might be the only shade in here that I haven't used. This would be like a really pretty New Year's Eve or Christmas party lid shade. It's got those kind of Christmas color glitter reflex in it. So I put that all across the lid, and then I think in the outer V I'm going to blend a little bit of the red shade just to blend from the outer V into that shimmer shade, and then on the inner corner I'll put another shade. Well, I think next time I would put a base down, like one of those NYX jumbo crayons would look really good under this and just help it pop and give it some different kind of shift. You could do like a navy under it, a black, a white. I'm going to go in with this little brush that I used the brown on and take that red shade and just blend right here on the outer V a little bit. For the lower lash line, I'm going to go in with a little pencil brush. This one is from Morphe, and I'm going to take Bowie, that brown shade. I want a little bit of pop on the waterline, but I didn't want the red, and there wasn't really another color in here that I wanted to use for it. I pulled up Piggy Bank from ColourPop and this neon eyeliner from LA Girl in Vivid. So I'm going to see if I can work with these two. I'm not sure how creamy Piggy Bank still is. A lot of my ColourPop ones that are in this packaging have been drying out really bad. Okay, we've still got some good color with that one. I want that one down for the first layer, and then I'm going to go in with my LA Girl one and go in on top of there. Now I'm going to do some Tightline in black, wing liner, and mascara, and I'll be back to show you guys the final look. Alright, so here is the final look. On my lips I put Pasadena from Ofra Liquid Lipsticks. I am really liking this look. I would definitely wear some lashes if I were going out for New Year's with it. But for today, here it is. So now let's move into my first impressions review and the other look. Y'all, I cannot even. I just did this whole look, talked you through it, and realized that I didn't hit record. So I am going to film. I wanted to show you guys this look because I'm probably going to do one a little similar but switch up some colors a little bit. So let me just tell you guys what I'm wearing for this look. I've got Bybel in the crease and transition area. This one, Bowie in the outer V area. I've got Libra all over the lid, Bali in the inner corner. I've got Bybel buffed out on the lower lash line, and then I used a flat definer brush to stamp Bowie right on that lower lash line. So that's everything that I'm wearing with this look right now. It was a really simple look, but I wanted to do something a little more cool toned and smoky kind of looking. I'm going to do something very similar and film it for you guys to see, but I did want to show you what I had created. Totally forgot to film an ending for this video. So I'm not wearing the ABH palette right now. I'm actually wearing the Nomad palette from Juvia's Place. But I wanted to say a quick goodbye. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you guys have an amazing week, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.